everything in the universe started as energy. The universe had no matter when it started. So every particle in a hydrogen atom, which is usually just a proton and an electron, because it doesn't need a neutron normally, is at the subatomic level, the lowest level. That was energy. If you take energy in a machine in a science lab, you can squeeze energy together and make a particle.
Okay.
When you take that energy apart, excuse me, when you take that particle apart, you release energy. If you saw Oppenheimer, that's what they were doing. I don't want to say the bad stuff, but you blow, big boom happens when you take apart atoms, right? It's very destructive. So imagine all that energy is compacted into these atoms. It's just squished in there. Now, we are made of atoms. The atoms in our body came from stars. It's going to make me cry because it's so beautiful. Came from stars that exploded billions of years ago. All the atoms in our body, except for a little bit of hydrogen, which came from the beginning of the universe, all the atoms in our body came from exploded stars, because that is the only way we got atoms heavier than helium. And most helium is made in stars. Stars fuse all the hydrogen to make helium, lithium, beryllium, carbon, all the way to iron. So iron is the end of the fusion line. So all the iron in your blood literally came from a star that exploded billions of years ago.
Can I ask? This might be a very complicated three-letter question, but how?
Okay, it's called stellar nucleosynthesis. So stars are only made of hydrogen. So the beginning of the universe was just energy. That energy started being attracted to each other by the forces in the universe that, you know, those became protons, okay, and neutrons and electrons. All right. Hydrogen is the simplest atom with one proton and one electron sometimes. We won't go down that road. So hydrogen, simplest atom. The hydrogen started coalescing into a big sphere because enough hydrogen, everything in space is spherical. That's why the Earth is a sphere, by the way, for any flat earthers out there. You're in space, gravity pulls equally from all sides. You're a big ball of liquid, you're going to be round. So that's an aside. Anyway, all the stars start forming. They're gigantic in the beginning of the universe. They're even millions, billions of times bigger than our sun. They live hard and die fast. They fuse,